Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I am Dustin and we are looking at Tesla once again. Now, one of the most fascinating things about Tesla, if you're watching my previous videos, is how wrong I've been. And the reason why I say I've been wrong is because I've actually started to believe that Tesla is a screaming buy at these levels, because when you look at the past 9 months, you can see it's been whipsawing up and down, back and forth. But generally, we end up a little bit higher. Now, the one difference is that since August, it looks like we have seen nothing but a little bit lower lows. Now, these aren't necessarily really low lows, but if you look at the blue background with black lettering, that means that we are 2 standard deviations below the 23-day moving average. When the red is here, the red is here, and the red is here, that means that the 5-day moving average is below the 20-day moving average, and the price is currently below the 5-day moving average, which is not necessarily great to see. We can see that ever since we're looking at the 21st of July, we've had a price to fall in this future price path, which I would have listened to it back then. Now, when we look at the 1-day, 5-day, 15-day, and 1 month, we've flipped negative on all 4 of them. That's not great. And then on the short term, intermediate term, and longer term, we have go shorts. Also not great. We even have a stop here for if you want to short it, for where you'd actually stop yourself out at 266. Now we look, we are across the board bearish in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. And then tomorrow we're going to be doubling up. It'll be the first time in a long time to have 2 bearish in a row after being bullish. The most recent bullish flip. The last time we got the flip was here. We got 2 bullish. That was on May 22nd and May 23rd at $188. That was a great time to buy. So if that was a great time to buy, is the time when it flips to 2 bearish a great time to sell? That will be the question for everyone who is now in Tesla, which fortunately I do not include myself anymore. I sold my positions this morning. As soon as the open came, I was like, uh-oh. What I wrote in last week's high newsletter was completely true. The VIX is showing a completely different look, and I will actually show you exactly what I mean. So if we look at the difference between the VIX and the VIXN, what we could tell was that the rollover was happening here. And as the price goes down, or the relative strength goes down in the VBIX or the VIX versus VBIX, that is also correlated highly with stock prices, especially the largest stocks. So if we go back to here, what we can see is that essentially in Tesla, we've had a falling bear since the 1st of August. We have not necessarily seen a great signal in terms of how things have been moving since the end of June. If we look at the trading signals here, we did get a buy at 267. That was probably wrong. We didn't have anything else supporting it. But now we do see that we have bear key threes. We have no bull key threes. You're getting a big bear and a small bear. The price has been generally just horrific. The way that things have been moving, that's not great. I still obviously believe in the company. I believe in the movement. I believe in the CEO. The stock, though, does not seem to have the support of the market. I don't get to move Tesla. All I get to do is react to what it does. And right now, if we look at this daily sentiment, I definitely got head faked by this right here back in the beginning of August. We're breaking into new lows when it comes to bearishness. Like, we haven't been at this level. We haven't been at this level at 46% bullishness since, back here in May. And that was under completely different circumstances where you were rising off the bottom and going higher. I have some concerns about what I see in Tesla right now. And this could really drag the entire market lower for right now. Now we look, the volume is below the 15-day moving average volume. It hasn't even breached it since, it looks like, the middle of July, very end. We look at the volatility. The volatility, this is what I was hoping I was going to bank on, was that the volatility is going to start breaking out, and that the correlation was also breaking out, which would have meant that the price would have been moving higher. That appears to be wrong. Now, this could get completely reversed in the next day or so. Today was quite the compression day where you're only down $1.75 on a very big stock, so not even 1% movement. We look at the trade range. We are getting near the bottom of it. The bottom is 240, which we're not necessarily there, but we've definitely flirted with it intraday. The concern, if you're looking at the trade range, is going to be that on the weekly trade range, Tesla's still really high. Like, the bottom of the range is at, $107. I don't think we're going to get there, but the top is at 319, and right now we have just been going past the top for quite a while. So when I look at the ultra-fast sentiment, I don't really see anything that's necessarily encouraging. I will keep a close eye on this. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We give you 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday that are breaking out to new highs. Get yourself some. Talk to you soon.